then they can come out of their nice little shed, and then all this junk will be cleaned up, and I'll get all that out of there, and then they can have this part all fenced in. Oh, don't worry, I'm not gonna bug you. Yeah, so from here to here, and then to there, and then I'll just block that under part of that door. It's a good spot for shade and from wind for them. And then, yeah, the rest of it can be open, and they can root and dig and make a whole big mess out here. And the chickens, well, they can get out easily. They just hop over fences. They fly and stuff. So I'm not trying to lock up the chickens. They go wherever they want. There's 3 coops, and they all just hang out together. I just open the coops, and then I, well, there's 4, but now I consolidated these guys into here. And I didn't want the pigs to have to sleep alone with just 2 pigs. It's so much more fun if there's a whole bunch of activity in the barn, right? Even though it's not a barn. But a whole bunch of little coops are eventually adding up to be a barn full of animals. And plants, a lot of plants. Well, these squash are done. There's still a ton of stuff in here. There's a chicken sleeping under there. I don't even like tomatoes, and every time one of the tomatoes goes red, the chickens eat it. So there's a ton of stuff in here anyways. We got like 14 pumpkins, which is pretty good. I don't need 14 pumpkins, but I'll use 14 pumpkins. And there's so many beans, I don't even know. I just leave the beans. We'll eat like them when they're fresh, new, but then I just let them go to seed. And look at that trombocino now. Can you see it? What? That's the biggest trombocino I've ever seen. And also raccoons jump in here and knocked over this corn. And the only reason I try to grow corn is just for fun. At the end, this whole section of the garden, from here, it used to end here, so I just made this extension, so it's all shitty dirt, new dirt, and I didn't really have any money to like amend the soil or anything with anything, or the manpower in my body, because I was doing all of this extension and all of this work while seriously injured, and I still don't know what I did. But we do have a theory, which is, I want to get to that. Anyway, so the hospital, all they did to help me was give me drugs, because that's all they do. And they gave me some morphine, and it was like so fucking good. Oh yes, that was so good. God, it feels really good to do drugs when you're in a lot of pain. That's the only reason that I would do them. And so I came home from the hospital with that morphine in my system, and then we got like a ton of wheat oil, and I was eating Rick Simpson fucking gram a day amounts of wheat oil. And nothing, just still screaming in pain, and even worse, I would get the wheat oil headaches, which is if you eat a lot of wheat oil without working yourself up to the tolerance level, you might know what I'm talking about. You get a fucking mad headache. So I'd get the wheat headache, and then I was just fucking just the worst pain in the ass. So I'm trying to justify to you and myself and everyone why I would fucking break down and get fucking drugs from them. And if you're wondering what drug it was Lyrica, and oh, the side effects are terrible, and it made me fat, it made me gain a bunch of weight, which I'm just now losing, but I mean, I'm not that big. People don't think I'm fat or anything. It's just, to me, gaining 20 pounds is fucking fat. So it made me fat and made my legs feel weak, and my eyes completely blurry. I was like, oh shit, I need glasses. I'm blind as fuck now. And just, I couldn't think straight. But even though I was on all those drugs, I did all of it. I did everything normal that I would normally do. Kept busy, kept to work, kept doing my astrology, and just kept being myself, and just living the dream, yo. And I don't like to spend money, so I always, I always feel like it should be my kids. Anything should be for my kids. So I never buy new clothes or anything like that. Everything that I have and wear, and since I was a kid, is from the thrift store. Because I realized right away as a kid, and do you know why I realized right away as a kid? Because one of my very best friends, my first best friend that I loved so much, who I don't want to say her name, but she's actually quite a profile online these days. It's pretty funny. In a completely different realm to anything I would ever talk about. She has the same birthday as my little sister, and she's Jewish, and she looked like a Jew. I never even knew any of when I was just a kid. I was like, oh, cool. I got a Jew best friend, And then her dad was like my favorite guy in the world. He was a Scorpio. So me, nothing is what it seems. Nothing is, like, that's what this is all talking about when people are talking about the allegories and everything. Like, and oh, there is real Jews, and then there's the chosen people who've like just took this over. You know, they're pretending to be the real Jews, and they're just being all these evil things and all that. Yeah, and in a fucking way more deeper level, there are people who are just born into certain meat bags in a family, and they don't want to be born there. They're just born there. And so I don't hate anyone. Like when people are going to try to say anything about me, like about that kind of stuff. Like, are you kidding me? Whatever. That first best friend of mine with my sister's exact same fucking birthday, I knew, like, it's, do you see what I mean? Like, that was my best friend since grade 3. I was meant for this. I was meant to see the links. Anyway, I could go on those kind of like sprees about how I don't even remember why I started talking about that Jew bestie of mine. But in grade 3 we did a lot of fun things. We started this group called like Witches. It was something about witches. I won't say what we called it because it was based off our names, but it was this group that we called a club, and we our plan was, here, give me the ball. Oh, you need another ball to drop it. That's right. Oh, she won't ever drop it. Come here. Like Olive. Oh, there's another ball. You missed it. Yeah, look at this mess, and look how gross I am, and just everything's always happening in little chunks, and it'll eventually be beautiful, and that's okay. And I'm like that too, and everyone's like that in every different ways, and whatever. It's the 12, man. So if you can't see or hear, you know, astrology being sounds and astrology being lights, and the people around you and all the events and the weather and just the whole frequencies of everything all day, every day. If you don't know any of that, if you think I'm crazy, fine. I don't care. These videos are just me ranting because I find stuff and I demand to know why. Why? Why is it like that? And then no one can help me, and I don't know. I have to help myself, of course. Everyone helps me. I'm just being stupid. Just being selfish. Venus Aries. I'm very Venus Aries a lot of the time. I've done a lot of things that other people call selfish. And who cares? Bite me. They should have did the astrology and then they would know I'm like that. And yes, absolutely. That's what I just said. Olive, get it! I'm just laughing my ass off about just the last week of the balsamic leading up to the new moon. And then, or whatever, we'll call it the black moon now. Like, I will definitely submit to the fact that Nicole showed some very cool stuff, but she needs to learn some tropical astrology. Oh my god, look! Where is it? That's it, a bald-headed eagle, right there. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, my camera's fucking shite. Oh yeah, oh hi, where are you going? No, I can't even see where you went. Say bye. Oh well. Let's just let it go. When it comes, it comes, and it goes, it goes. Oh, you want me to throw that? This? You want me to throw this? This? Uh-oh. Winnie's gonna... Oh! Went in the garden. Uh-oh. Well, I'm gonna shit from the thrift store. I think I was trying to say that a long time ago. That shows in your Venus what kind of clothes and stuff you like. Got it. All my clothes have always been from the thrift store because my mom was a broke ass and she was a teenage mom, and my dad was very... she left my dad, so she basically had 3 kids and then left him, and he was very religious. He just wanted to, like, a wife to stay at home, and she wanted to go out and party, and like she cared about different things than him. Taurus, her mom, Leo dad. And guess what? Did I tell you guys this before in a video? I don't know, but I met somebody who's my same sun and moon, and he has the same mom and dad as me. He has a Leo, he had a Leo dad and a Leo and a Taurus mom, the same as me. We have so many of the same stories, and I just randomly found him one day too. You know why? Because I was at Coast to Coast talking about aliens. Like, it's such so funny that like the people who like discover that the Earth is a plane or whatever, then they just like oh, aliens are dumb. I've done it too. I'm like, oh, what? Like all this stuff and bad. And then you're so angry and you want to go and just like, so you want to make fun of people for saying stuff and stuff. But then you sort of start to piece things together and realize, oh, shit. It's something. And that's why it's important that you can forgive and like be open to things and like, and if you're not, then you just end up you holding all this like resent and mad and angry, all this crappity crap, and you go in your paid little groups and you say like, my stuff's so cool, I'm only going to share it with this. And you know what? If you were ever in my Discord and I kicked you out or like you left or whatever, that's because you strictly broke the rules of my Discord, and that's all. And my rules were very strict because I'm a very huge fucking geek. And those rules were, to be there, you needed to share your chart and then actually share. Like, just come and say something like once a week or once a month, I think it was. So I was like, if you don't come and say something like once a month, and you know, you're not doing this or this, then I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Because the thing about me is people try to copy me a lot, and like, I don't care if you want to copy me, we'll work together, bro. Like, let's work together. I don't care. I didn't make this up. This is whatever's the creators and all, but might it be, I don't know if I can do it. And plus, that's a lot of work. Why would I want to do all that work? Obviously, I want to work with other people. That's why since 2017, I did it. Trying to help everyone. And show, like, everyone in my astrology group on Facebook how the fucking luminaries work above the AE. And how they'll look different spots. And, and anywhere on Earth, I can do that right now. I can make a chart of the moment for my area and show you how it relates to your area and show you how you see the sky. I can tell you where the moon is in the sky, where the sun is in the sky. Everything. Venus, Mars, Jupiter, all that. So, then what? I didn't really know what to do with that. So it kind of blew my mind that Nicole sort of circled me back to this, but now I see that she's all like, I'm just kind of bummed that no one's like contacting me yet. Like, why? How do they not hear about me? How did you guys not hear about me? Maybe it's because I dissed Santos, but I don't know. Santos totally deserves dishing, bro. He's annoying as hell sometimes and fucking asshole. It's so stupid and this is the dumbest shit. Like, I've seen him be like, oh, this is the greatest product, and it's like just garbage. Like, when he started, just a lot of stuff, dude. And anyway, they like banned me out of their chat. I forget what. I just do my own thing, and I don't care what you guys do. I'm not going to make a private paid group. I have private shit. Yep. Because I share private details, and so do the people in that group, and I want everyone to feel safe. So if somebody's sharing their chart and their children's charts and all that, you think I want a bunch of cunts that are just fucking spying on me? And other cunts that are just copying me and trying to be like me? And like, what? I don't care if people do any of that. Like, I take it as a compliment, obviously, but like, I don't know, don't you? The whole thing about when you're like in the spiritual realm and like always talking about like truth and like truth and like truth and how there's like receipts to show things that you bought at the store. There's a trail. Yeah, thank goodness for Virgos. Thank you, Eric. I love Eric in a totally platonically brother fucking way. I love Eric. He's been the fucking best to me in this land of absolute fucking cunts who only want to sell fucking t-shirts, sell this or that or anything else and make fucking money. If I had money, I would give money to Eric, but I don't have money. If I had money, I would buy all Eric's books and put them in all of the libraries. I would buy more stuff and do more stuff. But you know what? I didn't have any of that ever. And all of those posters and shit that Eric shows in his videos are all from me. I did that for free. Or I would spend like $5 or $10. And, you know Ricky on the Trailer Park Boys? You know why Ricky started looking into Flat Earth and said any of that about Flat Earth? Because of me. I lived in the town where Ricky was. And I was obsessively being fucking hilarious. Leaving Flat Earth big, massive posters everywhere. Roadside signs, wooden signs, cardboard signs, stickers, stickering in stores, leaving cards in stores, leaving cards everywhere. Dude, everyone in that town called Truro, Nova Scotia, where they were filming the Trailer Park Boys, everyone knew that there was some weird Flat Earth person doing this, okay? And that was me. So then I saw him in the mall a few times after he talked about it in the podcast, which I think they're absolutely disgusting, let me be clear. Like, disgusting. I thought the first few seasons were funny-ish only because I grew up in a trailer park. And I can accept people for who they are, which is probably always mainly my fucking point about all of this stuff and knowing astrology, because this helped me accept people for who they are. Anyway, I saw them filming Trailer Park Boys in the Mall intro. After I saw the podcast, I have so many good stories about them, and I knew all their birthdays, which is another main reason why I loved them, just because I knew all their birthdays and it fits so well. And I saw them in the mall filming, and it, even though there's a big sign that says, "Shush, they're filming," it was in the mall intro. I'm like, that's Ricky, as if I'm going to be quiet. So I walk by, and they're like all over here. I'm walking by, they're filming, and I'm like, oh my god, Ricky is actually there. Like, this is what I'm thinking, and he looks right at me, gives me like dead stare right in the eyes, and he has that look like, hey, and I'm looking at him like, hey. And I'm wearing like this little bikini top and overalls, and they say flat earth. And I'm like, no fucking way. I just had seen his podcast about, look, I threw it, babe. I threw it. Oh god. Like a few days ago. And then I see him in the mall. So I look over and I'm like, Ricky Flat Earth fan club. And then I point at my overalls. And it's like, it's had this big sign like, shh, no talking. And I'm like, Ricky Flat Earth fan club. And lots of times I do that kind of stuff. No one laughs, and then I'm like, oh, I'm such a loser. Why did I do that? But everyone cracked up. Everyone looked at me, and everyone cracked up. And then I just pretend, like, I just kept walking, because those were my daughters, too. Those were my daughters, poor girls. And then so then I kept walking by, and oh my god, so many funny stories about them, because that's why everything is so funny to me, and I can understand. Like, I can look above, oh, they're a sellout. Oh, they're in Hollywood and all that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know all that. Yeah, okay. You don't have to school me on all that. I've known that since I was a kid. And I also knew astrology was real, and no one was fucking helping me back then. People were like, shut up, you're annoying, space is real, and astrology's fake. You fucking idiot. And like, that's it. That's the abuse. So not only did I have like literally an abusive family, mom and dad, who like wouldn't be mom and stepdad, wouldn't get along, and a real dad who couldn't like take me in because he lived with a whole bunch of other people, like his brothers and his dad, because my grandma died, so there was just a bunch of boys, and I couldn't just live with a bunch of boys, so I had to stay with my mom. So I ran away. And what did I find? I found astrology. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there, sorry. You know what, never lied, astrology. It was always good to me. Hey, I got yours, right here. That's Nabby and Ravi, little peepers. Hi! Yeah, so I know I look like ADD case and oh, you got brain damage. I don't care. They have no idea what's going on. Now I just sort of absorbed into that as I'm getting older, and like, you know, I don't need to fight everything all the time. And sometimes, you know, pick your battles, and all these wise cards are becoming more meaningful and all that. So, yeah. If you ever want astrology chart reading by me, I work by donation, and you can email me or message me on here or whatever. So, hello. Hi, Libra son. Hey, Winnie Friday. Yeah. Yoink. It doesn't really matter where you start the moon phase and call it whatever moon, but it's important to note that I've been doing tropical astrology for a long time, and in the FE, whatever movement, whatever you want to call it. So, I feel like I've been left out. Maybe they just glazed over me somehow. But I will be definitely figuring everything out now that I've came back to life because I was on a lot of drugs, which I think I was talking about in the beginning of this. So yeah, I like had to drug myself because I told them I didn't want any opioids. I refused to take any. So then they gave me this thing called Lyrica, and I was like, all right, I'll see. It kind of made me sick at first, but then I started slowly taking more and more and more, and then I took enough to like fry everything so that I didn't feel the pain as much. And I also learned through my daughter learning that she's hypermobile, that I'm hypermobile, which I kind of already knew. We called it double jointed, you know, back in the 80s and all that, and the 90s. And so she has some issues. And then there's this other stuff that we were looking into. And also my ribs slipped out when I was pregnant all the time. And I just thought, oh, it's because I was too skinny. And then I got like pregnant when I was too skinny and it popped my rib out or something. I would just think about it like that. Like, but other people are like, you can't pop your rib out. What are you talking about? But now apparently there's this thing called like I don't know. It's this whole fucking syndrome that they've identified for people like me. And yes, you can slip your rib out. And the chiropractor knew also. The chiropractor, when I was pregnant, they like pushed my rib back in or whatever. And I had to walk around pregnant with my arm up in the air the whole time. So I was like the crabbiest pregnant woman with my arm up in the air. So anyway, I did that out of sheer desperation, and I'm still fine. Maybe I'm like some sort of experiment for you guys in the, this is a good experiment for you guys in the, you know, what's, like Tom Cowan and Amanda Vollmer and like all of the, what are they calling the, you know, alternative health stuff? I don't know, because it doesn't really matter to me to look cool to say certain words or whatever, but this is part of it. This is a very important part of it. And I gotta go. It's a 20-minute video. And I have to do some stuff, so I'll be back.